Hello everybody and welcome to part 13 of my video sailing course. In this video I'll explain how you can heave to with a sailboat. Everything I show in this video you also find in my book, Learn to Sail with Captain Sailnator. There I describe everything very comprehensively step by step and explain a few more tips and tricks that I could unfortunately not show in this video. You find a link to the book in the video description. Disclaimer: this video is not meant as a solo teaching aid. It is intended as a supplement to a sailing course. Never go on board a sailboat without an experienced sailor, or rather only under the supervision of a licensed sailing instructor. Thank you very much. Heaving to is a maneuver to calm a boat down. You can take a break or you can reef the sails by doing so. The boat is calm then and you have the possibility to ease the halyard a bit and then lash the sail. If available, you can go to the bathroom. On larger boats you can also take a break, or cook, or even weather a storm by heaving to. The boat will then drift slowly with the wind, but it is still a good storm tactic if you have enough space to leeward because you drift slower as if you sail downwind. And by doing so, the boat lies calm in the waves. What are the key features of heaving to? Here you can see the jib that is set backwards so that the wind pushes into it from behind. The main sheet is released and the rudder steers windward. By doing so, the tiller points leeward so that we steer the whole time into the wind and the rudder tries to turn the boat in this direction, but the jib pushes the bow back leeward. So the wind pushes into the jib and that would actually push the bow leeward. But the rudder steers windward at the same time against that motion. That creates a very calm state while you ride over the wave crests. So how do we heave to? It starts quite similar to tacking. By tacking we turn through the wind from close hauled to the opposite close hauled and we also start heaving to from close hauled. How do we find close hauled again? We head up with hauled sails and at some point the jib begins to flutter. Then we bear away until the jib fills with wind again and keep course. That's how we find close hauled. In the beginning we do almost everything the same as for tacking. The helmsman asks, "Ready to heave to?" The crew answers, "Ready," when everything is ready. The crew has then nothing else to do because the jib stays where it is. Then the helmsman commands, "Helms a lee." He pushes the tiller and the boat turns into the wind. When the bow is pointing into the wind, the helmsman pulls the tiller back to the middle for a short moment to slow down a bit, because we do not need as much as momentum as for tacking. He then turns the bow through the wind with the very last momentum. Now we realize that we get the wind into the jib from backwards, but in this case we do not release it to pull it to the other side. But we have to consistently leave it where it is. Now the boom comes over and at this moment the main sheet has to be released. The helmsman changes seats to the other side and the boom is blown leeward by the wind. Now we have to be careful. We do not want to keep turning around this way, so in the moment where the jib gets wind from the other side, we steer against the turning bow to windward. But that has to happen sensitively. Otherwise we will turn back through the wind to the other side from which we came from. So we have to try to settle down a bit. If the bow points into the wind again, we bear away again, then head up again, back and forth until the boat has settled down in this position. As you can see now, the boom is blown leeward by the wind. The wind pushes in the back of the jib and the rudder steers against the bow that tends to leeward. So the wind pushes here and the rudder pushes against it. So we drift slowly and very calm to leeward. Now I repeat heaving to in a quick walkthrough. We sail on a close hauled. Command, "Ready to heave to?" Ready. Helms a lee. We steer into the wind and there we slow down for a short moment. Then we continue to bear away, the wind blows into the back of the jib, we release the main sheet, and then the boom flies to the other side and is blown leeward by the wind. The helmsman changes seats, then he steers with the rudder against the bow that is turning leeward. It then turns windward and if it turns too far, we bear away again. Then we head up again, then we bear away again, and head up until the boat is finally heaving to and drifts calm and very slowly leeward with the wind. Everything I show in this video you also find in my book, Learn to Sail with Captain Sailnator. There I describe everything very comprehensively step by step and explain a few more tips and tricks that I could unfortunately not show in this video. In the next video I will explain how to leave the dock. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel so you will not miss the next video. You also find a link to my book in the video description below. It is written in a way that you can prepare yourself for your next sailing lesson with the respective chapter and then repeat everything you learned afterwards. The book is also available in a colored version and as ebook, and book and ebook are great to prepare yourself for a sailing course and also to read during the course about what you are just doing. It is written in a practical way and I think your sailing instructor will explain everything in a very similar way, and after reading the book you will understand him better and faster, and then you will even learn to sail faster. A link to the book can be found in the video description. I self-published the book and I would be glad if you buy it and support me as an independent author. Thank you very much.